there, everybody. How everybody doing? This is old Mike Walker, and you haven't heard from me in a while. And I do apologize for that, though. But glad to have each. Well, thank you for tuning in and listening to what I got to say. I'm gonna try my best not to be long, though. I'm just gonna do what we need to do. First and foremost, I apologize for not doing any live streams as of late. Uh, Long story short, life has been life, plain and simple. I've been having a lot of work due for my regular job as well as my clients, outside clients. And I'm not gonna miss opportunity to make extra change, and been doing that, and it's really been keeping me busy throughout the week, and especially during the weekend when I set up the live stream. So been real busy doing that. And then there's been some family issues I will not go into yet. Just waiting for the right time to talk about that, though. But some things going on, though. My immediate, well, I just leave it at that. Some things are going on, but also it's been some health issues going on with me. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Um, as some of you may or may not know, I deal with AFib. Okay, AFib. Um, and for those of you who may not know what AFib is, as you know, I do a video. I have some information for you though, so just sit back and listen. Just explain it better than what my tongue-tied self could do.
If your heart races sometimes for no apparent reason, you stay fatigued, get dizzy or weak, or can't seem to catch your breath, you may be one of the more than 2 million people with atrial fibrillation, or AFib. Atrial fibrillation is a common heart rhythm disorder caused by an electrical system problem in the upper chambers of the heart, or atria, which causes them to beat quickly and/or unevenly. It can be a serious condition that affects your heart's ability to fill with blood normally and can put you at a greater risk of stroke or heart failure, but it can be controlled with treatment and close monitoring. An ECG or event monitor will easily diagnose AFib. Some people with AFib need to take medications to keep their heart rate in a normal range and/or blood thinners to minimize the risk of stroke. Basic lifestyle changes like diet, weight loss, and exercise can be effective for managing AFib. A number of treatments for AFib can help improve symptoms and get you back to a normal lifestyle. This may include medications alone or procedures like cardioversion or cardiac ablation, which is minimally invasive and can help the heart stay in normal rhythm. If you think you may have AFib, contact University of Utah Health Cardiovascular Center to set up an evaluation and get appropriate treatment.
Okay, there we go. So that explains what I deal with, AFib. And that's one of the things that caused a massive pulmonary embolism to form that almost took me to the upper room, though. So by the grace of God, I'm still here. Well, in any case, I think, was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I went in, no, 2 weeks ago, I went in for my annual visit to the electrophysiologist, which is a cardiologist with extra training who deals with the electrical part of the heart. And they took the EKG and what have you. And Doc told me, in uncertain terms, I was currently in AFib, meaning my heart was, well, like the video said, my heart was out of rhythm. It wasn't beating too fast, though, but I got the rest of those symptoms, though. And I'm, but I've been making it pretty good. So, long story short, he scheduled me for has scheduled me for a cardioversion. Okay. What is a cardioversion? Glad you asked. Sit back and listen.
Hello, I am Annette. I'm a nurse practitioner at the Bloom Cardiovascular Institute at Northwestern. Today, we're going to walk you through a cardioversion. When you initially come in, we will have you in our prep room where we will talk about the medications you're on, particularly your anticoagulation. We'll be certain that you haven't eaten for at least 8 hours, and we'll discuss all of your other medications, as well as confirm your rhythm with an EKG. When we come into the procedure room, there will be an anesthesia team. It's typically a nurse, an anesthetist, a group of nurses, and someone such as myself that will be doing the cardioversion. Part of that is putting on the pads that will provide you the electrical current to reset your heart. Once we do that, we call a safety check, where we review all of your information all together. As you can see, the sedation process begins with the medication going through an IV. We'll ask you a few questions to be sure that the anesthesia is properly setting in. It happens within seconds, typically. There are a few deciding factors for the level of energy that we use through the pads to reset your heart. This can include the type of rhythm, whether you've had a cardioversion before and how much energy successfully got you out of the rhythm. We can send from about 50 joules to 360 joules, depending on this. For this particular patient, we sent 100 joules through the pads.
Good. All clear? Clear, clear.
Which worked effectively. And the patient typically feels better right away. There'll be a small time in recovery period, and then you'll be able to head home.
Sinus rhythm achieved. Great.
Okay. So you saw that right there. Pretty much they're going to shock my heart back in the rhythm. It's a common procedure. Of course, there's no such thing as a, I guess, small surgery procedure. You know, all procedures have its risk. But that's what I have in store tentatively for next week, the first week in March, next week. And I ask for your prayers and your support. Pray for me. It will be on that Thursday, the 5th. So pray for me, March 5th. Pray for me and pray for me and mine, okay? And pray for it works, that I survive, and we just go from there. So that explains that right there. Also, as a result, there will be no Tuesday talk next week. No Tuesday talk. And I've been kind of mulling over the future of the show. And I've been thinking about doing a weekly, I guess, podcast or what have you, like I'm doing right now. I feel more comfortable doing that, but let me know in the comment section what you would like for me to do. I just been focusing on work and a lot of other things and building up the SBC community page. Now, depends on how you're watching it. You may be watching it from the community page. You may be watching it on my personal page, on my YouTube page, but I'm going to put the link to the community page, and I ask that you like and follow and share. And that's it, though. That's all. If you got any questions, please ask in the comment section. So, and again, I'm thinking about doing a weekly update like this, something short and sweet and won't take up much of your time, though. But tell me what you think, though. Oh yeah, let me say this now. I'm definitely not ruling out live streams because I got some good, at least one good guest I'm working on bringing So kind of keep your eyes and ears open about that, though. So just let me know, okay? And I think that's about it, though. So unless there's some type of breaking news, though, I see y'all good people later. Y'all take care.